Hi there. Welcome to Cooking with Keith, a single man's guide to easy meals. See how I use the K in cooking there? It's cool, isn't it? Isn't that modern? It's hip. It's with today's young crowd. I don't know. Anyways, simple dish today I'm going to make for you. It's called Salmon Patties. Very simplistic. You don't need a whole lot to make them. And if you're single, they make a fair amount of food for one. You can increase the ingredients if you wish to cook them for more than one person. But I don't know why you would ever want to do that. The ingredients you'll need to cook along with me at home. A pouch of pink salmon. You could use a can if you want. I prefer a pouch. Diced onion, which I've already diced. However much onion you desire. If you don't like onion, this dish isn't for you. Vegetable oil. An egg, which is optional. You don't have to have the egg. About half a cup of water. More if you don't use an egg. Some cornmeal. And some self-rising flour. And a bowl to mix it all in. Well, there's no reason to drag this out anymore, so let's get to cooking, shall we? Alright, so let's get going here. I'm going to heat up the old stove. I'm going to put the vegetable oil in the pan. You don't need to fill your pan up, but you do need enough so that it'll cover about half of the patties. Now, we take our bowl, and we go ahead and let's do the flour and the cornmeal first. So, let's see, let's put in about I don't really measure this stuff. I think about three tablespoons. Pretty much what that is of the flour. It's a learning experience for us all. And about 4 tablespoons, or maybe 3. Let's do 4 tablespoons of the cornmeal. So we got our flour and our cornmeal. Now, you can season this stuff if you wish. I didn't mention that before, but there's pepper you can add. That was salt, actually. You can add salt and pepper, though, right there, to the mixture if you want. You can add anything to it, but I'm going for the simple route. Then, I don't need this knife anymore. Go ahead and add our oh god, that was poorly done. We'll add our onion there, because why not? Done with that plate. I dropped some onion on the floor, but that's okay. Crack our little eggy into the mixture there. No biggie. And last but not least, we open up our salmon pack and we dump all that on in there. And sometimes it doesn't want to come out. There you go. There we go. Oh, it's working. Alright. So there's our mixture. I'll go ahead and mix it on up. Now let the egg get in there first. And as you can see, it's way too dry, so we're going to add some water as needed to keep the mixture from, being too dry. We don't want dry patties. We want beautiful, lovely, moist patties. And I'll probably do a jump cut here because I don't feel like sitting here and watching myself do this. You want it to be kind of like, I guess the best way to put it is like a pasty mixture. And honestly, before I started this, I did wash my hands. And I would highly recommend you wash your hands before you go making food. It's probably best if you just get your hands dirty. I've turned my grease on way too high to start with because I'm not really paying attention. Just, yeah, get your hands in there and just go nuts. Just, yeah. Mix it all up. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty when you're cooking. See? The half cup of water wasn't even needed. I think I used about a quarter of that half a cup, if even that. And I've got this delightful little pasty. You see the consistency there? I'll bring my spoon back into it. That little onion's okay. I cleaned this counter before I started. Just give it another stir because the spoon actually does a pretty good job of mushing up that salmon. Okay. Now we've got a nice little mixture that is salmon, flour, cornmeal, onion, egg, and a little bit of water. And some salt and pepper. And you can season it more if you want. I didn't put very much in there. Again, when I cook this normally, I very rarely season it just because I don't bother with that. Alright, now let's jump over to the stove. Alright, so here's our stove. We've got some warm grease. I don't know how warm it is. I've just really not been paying attention. So I'm just going to drop a heaping spoonful of the mixture into the grease, and it is warm enough. Again, it's stickier than normal. Just carefully get it off there. There you go. Let me turn up the heat a little bit. There's one patty down. And let's drop in another. Just like that. Oh, beautiful! Beautiful, isn't it? Look how brown that's getting. Are your eyes watering yet? Because mine are from the onion. Alright, there we go. There's another one. Yeah, that's a big one. It's a big boy. It's gonna feed me good. And we'll dump another one right here in the middle. I've got some of the mixture left, so I'll be able to make some more. And that is really absolutely all there is to it. I will use a fork to flip these things over. So as you can see very quickly, don't want to turn the heat up too much. I've got the heat dial on about 6 or 7. And as you can see, these things cook very quickly. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look how brown and beautiful that is. I keep wanting to touch this with my finger, but I'm really not going to do that right now. Flip it over, give it a little mush. Yeah. And just continue to do this with all of them. Alright. And that pretty much does it right there. Now, all together, this little recipe, this little dish, from start to finish, from prep and everything else, took me less than 30 minutes, and it made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 patties. I probably could have made 10 if I made some of these smaller. In my rush, I did make some of them bigger. Now, it's a very simple meal, and what I've done is I've cut one open, one of the first batch, and that's seriously all there is to it. It's basically a hush puppy with salmon in it. If you've ever been to any of those shitty seafood places like Long John Silver's or whatever, all it is a hush puppy with salmon in it. But we call them salmon patties where I'm from. Just a little bit of onion, cornmeal, flour, and love. And there we go, and you can eat this with anything. Usually I have potatoes, just some boiled potatoes with some seasons on there. And I dip these in ketchup. That's fresh out of the grease. And hot! This one's not as hot. These are good things though. So, thank you for joining me. Hi. This has been Cooking with Keith. A single man's guide to easy meals. See you next time.